Lately, there have been numerous biblical prophecies that have come to pass in Israel, indicating that the rapture is upon us and the end times are drawing near. These prophecies serve as a final warning, and it is crucial that we delve into the details to understand the terrifying implications. Throughout history, various religious predictions have spoken about signs that signify the world's end. One such prediction revolves around the return of Jesus and the construction of a third temple. It is astonishing how these prophecies align with current events, causing unease among many. Let's focus on Jesus' return and the building of Solomon's temple. This third temple was situated in Jerusalem, where the Temple Mount stands today. It served as a place of worship for people devoted to God. However, it was destroyed during a siege, and Herod's temple took its place. Herod's temple, initially modest, was later reconstructed by King Herod the Great in a grand manner. Showcasing remarkable architecture, this temple stood for a considerable period until it was demolished by the Romans during their invasion of Jerusalem. To comprehend the significance of Israel and Jerusalem, we must delve into their history and the role of the temples. The idea of constructing a third temple emerged after the destruction of the second temple. The aim was to create a more magnificent and resilient structure that could withstand any future destruction. However, building the third temple is an intricate task that faces opposition from numerous countries, particularly those with Islamic backgrounds. This opposition makes the process even more challenging. Additionally, the ongoing tensions in the regions and the conflicts surrounding the status of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and Palestine further complicate matters. It is a crucial thing to pay attention to these prophecies and the events unfolding in Israel. They serve as a stark reminder that we are living in extraordinary times, and it is essential to be prepared for what lies ahead. The fulfillment of these biblical prophecies should not be taken lightly, as they serve as a wake-up call for humanity. Let us delve deeper into these prophecies and understand the terrifying details that await us. Jerusalem holds immense significance for the three major religions. The Dome of the Rock, a prominent Islamic structure, stands on the Temple Mount, further complicating discussions on the historical importance of the area. Scholars and research have tirelessly sought to uncover the truth about whether Solomon's temple, an older structure, occupied that same location as the Dome of the Rock. One notable discovery is the ongoing debate and discovery that was made by British archaeologist Robert Hamilton, who found a Jewish ritual bath called a mikveh beneath the floor of the Al-Aqsa Mosque. This finding supports the belief that the temple existed there in the past, reigniting the debate about rebuilding it. In light of this mikveh discovery, the Sanhedrin, a respected Jewish group, is making preparations to construct the third temple. They are currently preparing the land, which was previously farmland and forest, for this future temple. One crucial requirement for the temple services is a flawless red heifer, a special cow whose ashes are essential for purifying Jewish individuals participating in temple rituals. Recently, the arrival of 5 red heifers from a ranch in Texas to Israel has garnered significant attention, particularly among those who believe in the prophecy of the third temple's construction in Jerusalem. This event marks yet another fulfillment of prophecy. These magnificent heifers are all under a year old, and they hold immense significance. Their flawless, vibrant red colors makes them invaluable for the production of ashes, which are essential in Jewish law for purifying individuals who have come into contact with a deceased body. This purification process holds great importance for the Kohanim priests who will one day serve in the future temples. Upon their arrival, these special heifers were taken to Hia and placed under quarantine for a minimum of 7 days. Following the regulations set by the Israel Veterinary Authority, Once the quarantine period is over, they will be relocated to 2 different locations in Israel, with one of them being open to the public. These heifers will be cared for until they reach the age of 3, at which point they can be sacrificed and their ashes will be produced in accordance with Jewish law. The organization Bona Israel, consisting of both Jews and Christians, played a significant role in locating and bringing these heifers to Israel. A Texas rancher named Byron Stinson, who served as a fundraiser and advisor for the organization, raised these cattle to celebrate their arrival. A special welcome ceremony was held at Ben Gurion Airport, attended by officials from the Temple Institute and other prominent figures in the biblical community. The red heifers hold a profound and symbolic tradition. In this book of Numbers, chapter 19, the ashes of a red heifer were used to purify the Israelites from impurity. These ashes played a crucial role in the purification rituals conducted at the temples. Therefore, the appearance of a red heifer today is seen by many as a sign that the long-awaited third temple will be built and that the return of Christ is imminent. According to rabbinical tradition, there have been 9 red heifers sacrificed since the time of Moses, but none have been sacrificed since the destruction of the Second Temple. Many believe that the recent arrival of these 5 flawless red heifers from Texas to Israel on September 15, 2022 is the fulfillment of prophecy and a significant step towards the construction of a new temple. According to Rabbi Maides, even the Messiah himself would sacrifice the 10th red heifer. The rules for a red heifer, as mentioned in the Mosaic Law, are incredibly strict. It must be without any defects or blemishes and should never have worn a yoke. The sacrifice of a red heifer was a unique ritual involving a female animal being sacrificed away from the tabernacle entrance, with the color of the animal specified. The process of slaughtering a red heifer is explained in Numbers 19, verse 1 through 10. Eleazar, the priest, oversaw the ritual outside the Israelite camp. After the heifer was killed, its blood was sprinkled 7 times towards the front of the tabernacle. Eleazar supervised the burning of the red heifer's body, adding cedar wood, hyssop, and scarlet wool to the fire. The ashes of the red heifer were collected and stored in a clean place outside of the camp. These ashes were used in the cleansing water for purification from sin. Those who came into contact with a dead body would undergo a purification process involving these ashes, highlighting the significance of the red heifer in Israelite religious practices. These instructions regarding the red heifer foreshadowed the ultimate sacrifice of Christ for the forgiveness of sins. Jesus, like the red heifer, was without blemish. Just as the red heifer was sacrificed outside the camp, similarly, Jesus was crucified outside Jerusalem. The ashes of the red heifer cleansed people from the contamination of death, paralleling the sacrifice of Christ, which saves us from the penalty and corruption of sin and death. Recently, despite facing various challenges, the construction of the third temple is in progress in Jerusalem. On October 12th, an ancient water ceremony was recreated, symbolizing purification. Priests and musicians led the ceremony, chanting, dancing, and playing silver trumpets at each stop, guided by respected rabbis. They collected water in a golden jug and returned to the mountaintop. Following old temple customs, they set up a model altar with leafy branches. The ceremony ended with blessings and a special event called Hakel, which happens every 7 years. While not explicitly required by the Torah, the water libation is a ceremony joyfully and is a 15-hour ceremony in the temple, continuing all night. People from all around the world came together to take part in the Sukkot celebrations, making it a global day of worship. During the last 6 days of Sukkot, the water libation and wine pouring occurred, marking an important step in temple traditions. Now let's talk about Armageddon. Often associated with scary end-of-the-world scenarios, Armageddon actually refers to a place where armies gather for a big fight, as mentioned in Revelation 16:16. It symbolizes a worldwide rebellion against God's authority and is not tied to a specific location. The term Armageddon originates from Mount Megiddo in northern Israel, which is renowned for its historical battles. However, it also symbolizes natural calamities such as earthquakes, floods, and hailstorms. These natural occurrences, including landslides, thunderstorms, diseases, wildfires, and lightning, demonstrate the immense power of a higher force. Such events can impact countries that disregard moral principles. In recent times, various regions across the globe have experienced these disasters, serving as a reminder of the influential forces that shape our world. This emphasizes the significance of leading a virtuous life and adhering to moral values. Share your thoughts on the fulfillment of ancient biblical prophecies in Israel, as they serve as a profound warning for all of us. Feel free to comment below with your views, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates.